What up YouTube? It's Total Body Fitness MD and I'm here today with an arms day video. So for arms, I like to work on shoulders, buys, and tries together. I like to superset the entire workout. For this arms workout, I completed 40 sets. So 16 for shoulders, 12 for buys, 12 for tries. If you're not sure what a superset is, just 2 exercises. You're going to complete 1 set of each back to back, and then you're going to take a rest. So for this superset, what you're seeing here is a standing overhead press and then also a bent reverse fly. So for reverse flies, you want to bend your knees slightly. You want to tilt forward at about 45 degrees, and this is going to work your rear delts, your traps, and also your rhomboid. So right now I'm using a 10-pound dumbbell. Those are very small muscle groups. You don't need much resistance. Obviously heavy is relative, but still you don't need a lot of weight to get those muscles back there activated. And for the standing overhead press, the first round I used a 20-pound dumbbell. Here you're seeing me use 25 pounds. So try to keep your core tight and try not to hyperextend on your back. That way you're not using your back to lift the weight, but rather your shoulders, which is the muscle group that you're working. This is going to hit more overall shoulder development versus just one particular part of your shoulder, like the reverse fly. And again, for this second set, I'm using a 10-pound dumbbell. Generally, maybe I can go up to about 12 and a half, 15 if seated, but that'll be about it for that. Now, for the second round, what you're seeing is 2 standing shoulder exercises. One is a lateral raise and the other is a front raise. For both, I use a 10-pound dumbbell. Again, just like with the rear delts, I maybe can go up to about 12 and a half, and that'll be about it. Now, for these 2 exercises, the lateral and also the front raise, you want to just raise the dumbbells to right about shoulder height. Try not to get any higher than that. Also, try to keep your core tight and don't use a huge swing for momentum. If you do get tired, maybe bend your knees just a little bit. Make sure you breathe, and that'll help you get the dumbbell up to where you need it to be. Generally, my rep range for most exercises is about 8 to 10 reps. Sometimes I can squeeze out 12, but generally I like to use a weight where I can get just about 8 to 10. And right here, you just see a front view versus a side view. Now, for lateral raises especially, try to keep your arms fully extended. The more you bend your arm, you'll have the tendency to have your trap incorporated in this exercise. I know for me, I'm not looking to get my traps really large, so I try to keep my arms extended. That way the lateral delt is doing the work that needs to be done. Now, for the front raise, I would say the same thing. Still try to keep your arms fully extended. And yeah, there goes that burn. Keep your arms fully extended. Don't use a lot of momentum. Try not to swing, and you'll get the weight up, and also you'll start to notice the changes and get the development that you're looking for. This is going to help you have a little more rounded look on your shoulders if you focus on hitting each head individually, and then also on some exercises like overhead press, Arnold presses, things like that that'll work on the overall development of the entire delt itself. Now, the next superset that you're looking at is first I started with skull crushers. Right here I'm using a 40-pound pre-weighted barbell, and for all tricep exercises, a general rule of thumb, try to keep your shoulders stationary. You just want to bend at the elbow and let the tricep do the work. And if anyone's wondering, those red and black wraps that I have on my wrists are wrist wraps. I have pretty tiny wrists, so sometimes a certain level of weight causes discomfort there, so I like to use wrist wraps. It gives me a little more stability and takes away that discomfort. So what I supersetted with skull crushers was supinated seated bicep curl. So for this type of curl, again, try to keep any swing or momentum out of it. I'm using a 25-pound dumbbell here, and by supinate, I just mean twist your wrist as you curl up. That way you get more activation and a better squeeze on your biceps. And same thing, I like to, especially for this, I like to keep my rep range right around 8 to 10, definitely. And again, it's the same exact superset you're about to see again, but this time I increased the weight. So for the tricep skull crushers, I use a 50-pound barbell. That's probably maybe as heavy as I could go. Maybe I could go 55. That'd be about it though. But with 50, as you can see, I pretty much squeezed out just 8 here. On video, it looks much cleaner, but when I did it, that last 3 felt like hell. It definitely felt heavier, and it felt like more of a struggle to push it up than what it looks like on video. I'm surprised it looks that clean. Now, for the bicep curls, this time I went up to 30 pounds. Now, if I didn't mention it already, each exercise I did 4 sets of, so it's not just what you're seeing here. I did 4 rounds of everything. So I went back to the supinated curls. This time I used 30 pounds. I haven't done this routine in quite some time. I was sticking to compound movements, but now that I'm trying to bring my body fat down, I'm working a little more on details and smaller muscle groups, and I wanted to do this routine again to see, and also I wanted to see with this 30 pounds how much I could curl. I got 5 there, and then I took a little break. I was hoping this little short break would give me a little juice to get about 2 or 3 more curls, and I just got 1 more, so I did 6. Normally I could do about 9 or 10, so I'm gonna keep doing this maybe every week, every other week, and try to increase my strength on this supinated bicep curl. Now I went to the next superset, and that was a tricep rope press down and also hammer curls. Now for the rope pull down, again, try to keep your shoulders relaxed, stationary, and use your tricep to pull down. On this exercise, if I'm not mistaken, I used 30 or 35 kilos on this cable machine, and then I went straight to the seated hammer curls. Hammer curls are just another style of curl that you can do to hit a different head of your bicep, hence the name bi to head. So I would say, if you're looking for symmetry in the look that you're trying to develop, try to hit the muscle groups that you work from every angle as possible. The more exercises that you know how to do, the better development that you can work on for whatever muscle you're trying to work. Now, for the hammer curls, I stuck to 25-pound dumbbells the entire time. Now, this last superset you're going to see is I use these little handles right here just because they would be good for that bicep exercise I wanted to do. So I did a single tricep press down. Now, doing a single exercise with an isolated muscle group like this gives you the opportunity to not only work on symmetry with strength, but also the development of the muscle. So I did that, and then I went on to a cable overhead bicep curl. Now, again, it just lets you focus in on that one muscle and also work on the development of those muscles. And I think for the bicep curl, if I'm not mistaken, I used 15 kilos. And try to stay as stationary as possible, and try to keep your arm as straight as possible. Obviously, you're going to bend the arm because you're curling, but you want to try to keep your elbow as level as possible. That way you make sure that you're pulling strictly with the bicep. And this definitely wasn't easy. Normally I like to do these, do both arms together, but the way this cable machine is set up, it just doesn't have enough distance for how I like to do the exercise. Well, over the general cable machine usually has more distance between the two stationary cables. So this doesn't, so I ended up just choosing to do each arm individually. Now this is just another set of the same superset, and this time I went up to 15 kilos for the tricep exercise, and you'll see here in this last set, I pretty much ran out of gas. By that time my arms were pretty taxed, and I just had to give myself a little boost with pulling that last rep out. And then I completed the bicep exercise. Now for the bicep cable overhead curl for this round, I did not go up in weight. I kept it right at 15 kilos, but either way, sometimes I like to pyramid, sometimes I don't. If you want, you can pyramid and weight. If I want to try to incorporate a new weight, sometimes I'll just do one set with that new weight, and I'll do the other set with the old weight. But anyway, this is just one of the arm routines that I like to do. If you like what you saw, you can try it out. If not, don't. But until next time, I do have a leg day videos that I should be posting in a couple of days. Peace.